Is there God? It is a central question to any religion because in the heart of any religion, there is God. Let me tell you a story. So, 200 years from now, an observatory on Earth found that there is an unusual activity on a remote planet. A mission was set to this planet. When the mission reached the planet, they landed a pod. On its way, it got damaged. But there was a very nice surprise when they landed. Two astronauts got out of the pod, Jack and John. And there was this surprise. The planet was full of robots. Robots of all sizes and shapes, doing all sorts of things. Smart robots. Even one of the robots was smart enough to notice that their pod was damaged, and he started fixing it. Some other robots were cleaning the environment. Some robots were building some very nice buildings. Some robots were fixing other robots. And few robots were even manufacturing robots similar to them. Jack and John had their time around the planet. They watched all the different types of robots and took notes. The robots were kind to them. They welcomed them, and they didn't bother them. And it seemed that the robots did not feel that the humans were any threat. After a few days, Jack, who was the mission commander, said to John, "It's time to go back to Earth." But then John said, "How come we will leave now? We need to know who created all those robots." But Jack said, and Jack did have his very good education about evolution back in Earth. He said, "We don't need to do that. Obviously, those robots evolved from sand on this planet. There was a smaller robot who got smart and built a bigger robot that was even smarter, which then built this and that robot. And then there were all those robots who were doing everything that you see now." But John said, "It's impossible. You need people to build robots. That's how robots come to existence." Jack insisted, and John could not stop him from boarding the pod, and they had to go back to Earth. Some 20 years of mission was wasted because when Jack was back to Earth, he was fired. He was told, "Your mission was not complete. Why didn't you stay to know who created those robots?" If you believe that John was right, if you think that Jack did not finish the quest of his mission, and it was not enough truth to say that robots built themselves, why would you believe that this machine and this machine and every other living creature on this beautiful planet does not have a creator? If you truly believe that some galactic dust mixed with some water on planet Earth that was completely sterile at a point of time has created from itself, by itself, every living being on this planet, you are one more Jack. Why do you think Jack is misguided? Is it because you got used to the idea of seeing living things and not questioning anymore? How come those ingenious, wonderful machines that are beyond machines actually, You cannot even fully explain them as machines. But let's say they're machines now. Has it happened through continuous indoctrination in the education system? Through replacing science with fiction and calling it facts, that we got so used to accepting that those beautiful creatures around us have no creator. But then you get struck by a robot that created a full robot civilization from nothing. Sand just became silicon, just became small robots, and then became artificially intelligent smart robots capable of fixing a rocket. If you think that this story opens new questions, if you want to pursue the quest like John would have done if he was in mission control, I invite you to continue the trip with us into the next episodes. See you again.